so important to see your child getting the help he needs.
You know, parents come to us, they're in a very fragile and vulnerable place.
Good job, Omar.
They're often just finding out that their child has autism. And so sometimes they're coming with a lot of maybe guilt or grief and struggling with some of the behaviors or wondering how do they tell other family members.
I don't even know how to explain. It's just like your life is end. That's how I felt. But then I learn about it, find resources, find help, and I feel like I'm not alone.
St. David's has been a sort of rallying point, I think, for the community and the families who live here to recognize the needs of all children, but especially those who, for one reason or another, need extra help to make their way through childhood.
Omar has made huge gains. It's been amazing to watch him through the progression. It has not been gradual. It's been a pretty steep process for him where he's made just leaps and bounds.
The earlier he gets help, the better he's going to be long-term life.
He loves playing in our Lycra hammock. Initially, he would not get in there or go near it at all.
2, 1, and done.
The more we can help their bodies and nervous systems process sensory information through some of the play and activities we do, the more they can improve their sensory processing, the more comfortable they are in their bodies, the more comfortable they are in the world. And that really opens doors for them.
Brush, brush, brush. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
In feeding therapy, we are helping a child like Omar, who has a very limited diet, and he has, I believe, fewer than 10 foods that he'll eat. That is a crunchy food. Listen to that. With Omar, we're teaching him and inviting him to play and interact with the food, boop, moving eventually toward inviting him to eat new food. When he first came to us, he was really withdrawn, at least in our setting. He would not look at anybody. He would not acknowledge his peers. He was kind of shut down and pretty unresponsive.
He's learning how to play with his peers. And although he may not seem like he's really playing with them, it's called parallel play.
Are you helping Omar? Yeah.
That he's able to stand next to them and play and be around his peers.
You want to play?
And the structure and the predictability for him creates a sense of safety and makes him feel a little bit of sense of control. And so that in return helps reduce the anxiety.
Fun! Good, Omar!
We wear different lenses and look at the child through those different lenses to see how we can meet their needs.
Here's Omar's.
We're all working together. So the things that I'm paying most attention to, the sensory processing piece, the motor development pieces, the self-care pieces, I'm paying a lot of attention to that, but the rest of the staff is supporting the work that I'm doing.
So the benefits for families are huge. On our side of things, it's so great that I can just maybe walk down the hall and check in with Omar's respite teacher and see how he's doing there, seeing if they're noticing some of the same gains that we are, what things maybe are working for him in that setting that maybe we can apply at ADT.
And it makes my life so easy. It's like day and night how it used to be and how it is now, because I'm happy to have everything in one spot.
This is really quite a unique place. It's a very precious resource for those of us who care a lot about young children and about nurturing them.
It's a very short time, but I can see the difference with social interaction with other kids, playing with them, good eye contact. He will grab your hand, take you what he need, or he will use pictures, which he learned from St. Davis.
Good job, Omar.
Let's do it again. We're seeing a lot more engagement. Now he comes in, he participates in, helps with the dressing activities that we do at the beginning of the session.
Let's go.
And he'll seek out play activities. He loves some of the movement activities we do.
When you have a child that maybe hasn't shown much engagement or hasn't really engaged at all that day, and then all of a sudden there's that one thing that works, and they just get so excited. It just, it's worth $1 million.
I just want him to be happy. I want him to be understood.
Omar, start.
What I love about St. Davis, I feel comfortable, I feel home when I'm here. Honestly, the reason I'm staying here for Minneapolis, that cold winter and everything, is for St. Davis.
You can see why somebody like me would find a place like St. David's irresistible. This brings out the best in the families who come here and the adults who work here and the community that supports it. And I think of it as a magical place.
All of those little things we try to do to help create that sense of safety, sense of feeling that we understand you, we understand that this world's overwhelming. Let us make it feel less overwhelming in any way that we can do that.
If I could live here, I would live here. It is home, yes.